Hello and welcome back to Factorio C Block. In our last episode, we set up the fermentation base and the two products that we can make from it directly, ethanol and acetic acid, and we're going to use one of those today. With the other one, I think pending a little bit later, but they actually don't need to be used evenly or anything because they're made in separate machines, so we'll use them however we need to use them. However we might need to use them. To deal with a couple of things that I've been neglecting to do, there are a couple of orphan undergrounds here, and I do, by the way, have the pipe and belt orphan finder. There found 4 of them. These 2 here, plus the 2 over there that I know are there, that are intended to be there. That's Shift O, orphan finder, O for orphan, and also, I mentioned that I added 2 mods last time, but I neglected to show you the second mod. The second mod is called Special Resource Finder, created by a friend of the channel, Derpumu, and it allows you to find any of these resources that are out here in the world, and it tells you what they are. And they're kind of anything that's special. So down here we have a bunch of gardens and things and trees that I should have harvested and didn't for whatever reason. Probably because I didn't feel like making a path all the way there. That might have been revealed by a radar after I did my exploration also. But most of them are puffer nests, as we found when we were doing our little bit of exploration. And this will also work in vanilla because it'll find those any resources, any resource that gives you something other than what's common. So a rock that'll give you coal, for example, in vanilla, that'll show up on the map. I don't know if it works for vanilla trees or not. If there's anything in vanilla trees. But anyway, that's the kind of thing that it's for. So if you would like to check that out. It's called Special Resource Finder by Derpumu. So today, as I mentioned, we're going to use one of these resources. I believe it's the ethanol, but don't quote me on that yet. But the thing we need to make is the thing we unlocked last time, which was not resin specifically, which resin was here, because resin doesn't actually unlock anything. It leads to things. It leads to 3 things. One of those is advanced electronics, which gives us the phenolic board that can use resin, as well as maybe we need some other stuff here. Yes, silicon and silver and things, all these things that are still locked up here yet. But it also leads us to, I can't do that, can I? It also leads us to a couple of other things. Resin 1, which is the chemical version of resin. That one is made from the Angel's Petrochem, I guess. No, actually, this is also bioprocessing. Okay, well, whatever. Urea gas and formaldehyde gas we can use to make resin. But we're not going to make that either. Today, we're going to make resin from trees. So we have, we're already making wood from trees, and this recipe is a slight variant on the one we're using. This one uses raw bioresin, uses soil temperate tree seeds and water to make raw bioresin and trees. Whereas the temperate tree seeds are made in a similar thing, only they're made specifically instead of just the generic tree seeds. And then we can turn that raw bioresin plus the ethanol into liquid resin. And so that's the goal today. We need to make a few things, though, that I should have made off camera, which were, we need to have 4 of these arboretums, which I only have enough stuff for 1. I need more iron. Wow, I have no iron. Okay, I'm going to be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. I got some more iron, and I also crafted the rest of the 4 of them. We also need a temperate tree, of which we have, well, a couple. That's just fine. All we need is 1. This here is also a temperate tree seed generator. So we could replace this build here with the one that's making the other ingredients. But what I want to do is leave this one here, so that this one can be used primarily to make the wood, but also as a backup in case the other 3 of these, which there's going to be 3 over the next few episodes, get backed up also. So let's grab all of this like that and take it with us down here to the where we are building at. Let's see, do I want to do this direction? The mud's got to come in there. Temperate is these. They need water. Actually, let's go ahead and put it down, because we need to change some recipes anyway. So there's 3 of these we're gonna have to build. One for each of the biomes, if you hadn't figured that out already. We also need that tree seed generator, temperate tree seed generator there. If you hadn't figured that out already, that's what we're aiming for here. But we need to do a little bit of work before we can get to that point. And they kind of have to be done one at a time just because it's a very involved process here. Okay, so that's done. So this, of course, can make the generic tree seeds, but it can also now make the temperate tree seeds from soil and water. Soil. Is that soil? This is soil. Yes, okay, so it does need to go over here. And then we need to have these not making just trees, but they need to, which are using the generic tree seeds, but they need to actually make the temperate tree seeds, which adds that extra item, but they have the same recipe otherwise. It is a 30-second crafting time, 5, 2, and 50 in, and 4 out. Well, sort of the same. 30-second crafting time, 5, 2, and 50 in, 2 and 4 out. So 2 trees, half the trees, for the low cost of 4 bioresin. So we're going to do that because, well, as you saw, we're not using the trees we have. The trees we're using up here, the wood we're making up here, we're not using it anyway. So we could easily cut it down. But again, I'm going to leave that one up there just for backup reasons. We're going to replace all this crap here too with copper pipes. Oh, I can't do that, right? Let's do it this way then. Easy way. There you go. Bots, have at it. And so we need to just kind of plug this into this water pipe. And we need to plug this also into some soil coming in. And remember, the soil needs to come in so that it hits not just this belt here, but also this inserter here. So we'll have to keep that in mind. And then the trees go out this way. So this already looks very good. And so I think what we're just going to do is plug it in right here like this. And take out those undergrounds. Put this right in its place kind of thing. Let's do that. And we'll do this. Take that out, of course. We'll put one of these undergrounds in place here. Let you build that. While I come over here and swipe some of this mud. I'm going to change that, I think. Yeah, we'll change that. So let's do this here. Come this way. And then we'll split this again. And it's a lot of splitters, but it's good for you. And then that'll do that. And then we need to have this, of course, making the tree seeds, which it needs the soil. I think I said mud. It needs the soil to do that. And we'll just put this... oh, that does have power. Okay. We'll just get this power from up here someplace like that. That'll be fine. Oh, no. Okay, how about we do it that way then? That'll work. I like it. So we are making... this is very slow, of course. It'll be a little bit of time before they have all the things they need. Or before they are actually crafting, because they need to make some of these seeds first. And so in the meantime, this is going to output 2 things. One of those are trees, and we'll do output priority left for the trees. Trees, aren't they there? Okay, there. Output priority left for the trees. Those will go up here. And they're going to actually eventually, kind of spoiler alert, but not really, merge in with a belt that's going to come from over here, from the other 2 builds that are going to be in this area, these areas over here. This will go up there, and it's going to merge in with those somehow, and we'll use the trees up there. And then this will come down, and you know what? Let's move this slightly up there, just for fun. And we'll pull this down this way, and it's going to go into a thing making... oh, right there. Liquid resin. A liquefier. Liquid resin is made in a liquefier. Say it with me 3 times. No, you should put this out more. Put this out... Oh, out here someplace. That'll be fine enough, I think. You are right there. Yeah, that's fine. This is this one, that one. And so this needs, again, the ethanol. And ethanol is which one? This one. We'll just take this pipe up here. I know I put it really far away, but it kind of doesn't really matter. Okay, I lied. I'm going to move it slightly down just for reasons. There. And then we just need to belt in this belt of whatever those are called again. Bioresin. There, like that. Bringing some power over. I see that I have one random regular power pole here. That isn't acceptable. One of those. This will come across... Yeah, that'll be a good spot. Ooh, I like that spot a lot, actually. This here. Ethanol's in there. These are in there. And we have liquid resin. Now, unfortunately, not there, but here. If we did resin... Unfortunately, the next recipe, the thing we used to use the resin, as we found out, was the phenolic boards, which had a whole bunch of stuff behind them, making red circuits. The other choice is fiberglass board, which is, I think, even deeper. Yeah, it's a blue science thing. At least this one is a green science only, or red-green thing. And then final recipe is turning it into resin, which is a disabled recipe, so that doesn't count. Oops, I messed that up. There we go. Which is a disabled recipe, so that doesn't count, so we don't have to worry about that one. And then, of course, there's barreling, which we don't care about either. So this is kind of the end of this for right now. Again, proof of concept, but it leads us into another path, which is how we continue this process into the other two biomes. And that we're going to talk about as soon as we finish making changes to this. So these will come up. I want to change, actually, something with this slightly. I want to pick up... I want to pick up this. Put it in my storage here. I know, there's lots of wood there. And then I pick up this. And I should move this out of the way. Up here someplace. This should be fine enough, I guess. Up here, out of the way. Ooh, let's make changes to this then while we're at it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, fine. That can go there now. This can go here. And all these can go away. That makes that a little bit neater. And then we can do this in here someplace. It doesn't really matter where it goes. The wood, of course, comes out from here. We can still put in this thingy. Right in there. Yeah, and then I'll just change this to go this way. And then we can do one of these numbers. And we can take this up like that. Take this out like this. And then I pick up some of that wood from there. Drop it into there. Why did I put so much iron in here? I don't know. I don't need to put that much iron in there. I must have done a Shift-C or something obscene like that. And it got a little stuck. Let's do some of these in here. And then we'll do the rest of them. You, my friend, I think this should probably stay connected, something like that. And then, of course, we'll cut over here like this. I'm just going to do these like that. And they won't pick up any more. And then we just need all these trees that we have in our pocket put into there. I see also that I have some mud that can go into there. And then these trees, plus the trees coming up from down below, will give us... How much room do I have here, by the way? Ooh. That's tempting. Do I have enough reach on this? I do. That is disturbingly tempting. So we're going to do it. And then this will go here. We need to make sure that the trees are on the right side of this belt as they come up here, which they already are. So as long as they stay that way, it's great. If we want to force the issue, there, we can do that. And then we can do this, of course, down to there. And that'll connect all those up. And I think I'm going to keep the force the issue in place. Unfortunately, this is in my way. So let's just move these over here. And these trees I'm going to leave here, although we're going to need them soon. Okay. Those are regular trees. I want those in my pocket. Put them in here. And then this can just go priority input from the left, so that we use these trees first that are coming up from this crafting. And then... There's not be any on that line. Oh, they're coming still. Oh. You know what? Actually, let's do a left blocker output too, just for fun. And there, and then this can come up like this, and across there like that, and into here like this. Can I dump a bunch of this wood in there? Yes. Sort of. Oops. sort of. Just because I really don't want all that stuff being carried around. And so that will take the tree's priority from down here, and then we'll use these as it needs to. We got a whole belt buffer too. If we need to do a box buffer in this, I can do that. That's not a big deal. And that gives us these as still as a backup, or to make sure that we have wood being made. And that gives us this, which is crafting primarily that bioresin. But as you can see, we're not using this one, so this one's going to back up almost instantly, and we're never going to use this again. Well, not for a while. We're going to use this again. So that kind of ends that conversation. But what's next, you may ask? Well, the other two of these things and the products they make. The next one is going to be a little deep, so we actually have to dig for it. We're looking for here. We're looking for here the desert. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to take a break from these. I lied. We're going to go for this one, which is nutrient extraction. And then what that'll do is that'll take the rest of these plant products. I should have probably done this one first. That'll take the rest of these... I know I didn't, but I should have. The rest of these plant products and be able to turn them into this nutrient stuff, this nutrient pulp. And that'll lead us to fuel oil and some other byproducts, acetone, synthesis gas if we want, or acetone, ethanol, butane if we want, or neither, and just get some nutrient pulp, which get some fuel oil and some water, which will give us another source of power. Fuel oil is a burnable oil. So we need to dig into finding that one. And as you can see, it is quite deep underneath a bunch of things. And this is where I contradict myself, because this is a bunch of things we're not actually going to use right now. We're going to unlock blue algae, but we're not going to use blue algae yet. We will use it soonish, I think. We're not going to use it yet. I've taken notes of these things, so I know what's in the line, but blue algae. We also will need fluid handling. So that's tanks. That's the storage tanks that we're used to in Factorio. Also pumps. So we finally are getting pumps, and then storage tank with connections on all four corners. Kind of a fancy little thing there. We also need pressure tank, or we can do pressure tanks. This one is more like one of those other utility ones that I'm just doing to get it off the board, but they are very high volume, small footprint, I think, tanks. The Jax 35 pressure tank, and so we're going to just take that one and process that one. The next one is gas and oil extraction. This gives us the ability to make that blue cellulose fiber from that blue algae into oil. This is the start of the petrochem, as far as I can understand it. But we're not going to do petrochem yet, which is why these are getting unlocked, but being taken note of, because we're going to need them. But the one we actually need to unlock here, in order to get to where we're trying to go, is gas processing. And gas processing also is a petrochem thing, which gives us the ability to make component gases out of raw gas, which we'll get to. But more and more than anything else, we need the gas refinery. And we get the gas refinery, which gives us finally unlocks the nutrient extraction. And then once we have that, we can do this nutrient extraction, and then we can also have the fluid boiler, which will give us the ability to burn that oil, that fuel oil, to make power. So these things I'm going to unlock will be at least to this point by the time we start the next episode, and then at that point we can work on this one, and then we can go back into the arboretums and do the other two biomes. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.